for it. It's not getting cold. It is perfectly crisp and ready to eat. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Extreme Improv Extreme show about food, nonsense, and nibbles. Yes, we're going to speak such nonsense and such nibbles today that you wouldn't believe it. I'm just going to swap our position here. I didn't like being over in that corner. Right, now, there's a reason for it. I don't need to... hang on, I might go at the bottom. Right, let's try every position. There we go. There we go. That works for me. Right, now, today we're going to be talking about food. This is the legendary, the famous, the famed nonsense and nibbles. Some people call it waffle iron. Other people call it blood sausage and a packet of chinchillas. I can't remember. But this is the Extreme Improv show where we talk about food. Now, we've done this show a few times before, but usually only ever unofficially, just we end up speaking about food for half an hour after a Extreme Improv show has ended. And we're like, this should be a show. So now we're going live for it. On the show tonight, we have Dave. Say hello to the people.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dave MC here in Paris, France. And tonight I will be serving, wait for it, Chinese meatball noodle soup with fresh ginger.
Wait, are you actually going to be cooking on this show? Because...
I wish I was. I cooked it yesterday.
Jesus, right. I was going to say, I am literally starving. I have not got a crumb to eat. Norm, say hello to the people.
Hi, everyone. This is Norm. I'm about to go to a Mexican restaurant in a couple hours.
Oh my god, I'm literally just going to be having a boiled egg. I've got no food in. This is terrible.
Well, I'd send you some of the soup, but by the time it gets to the UK, it'll be cold.
Yeah, I don't think... that's a risk I'm willing to take. Right, now, yeah, so the show is we're gonna talk about food, we're gonna tell anecdotes. So I guess you're going to a Mexican restaurant, Norm.
Yes, sir.
Is it Taco Bell?
No, authentic restaurant.
Do you know, I've been to a Taco Bell precisely once in my life, and that was in Spain.
Never.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, you know, I've never been to Mexico. Yeah, I've never been to Mexico, right? Like, have you guys been to Spain?
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. I'll be honest, the Spanish food didn't quite meet my expectations. Like, some of it was nice, but then other things of it was like, you know, when you say you're going to get, like, tapas, and it's just, like, dry, like, little sticks of bread and, like, chorizo that makes you feel like your throat's gonna set on fire, but like literally you're pain in your throat. It's just like, I need to have some real food, and I didn't want to just admit that I'm going to McDonald's, so I was like, well, Taco Bell, that's kind of Espanol-ish, you know. So yeah, I had Taco Bell in Spain.
That just makes me think of like Cobra Kai when Johnny Lawrence went in. All right, I can't wait to try some of them Spanish chimichangas.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know,
and in the US we call them tapas, because otherwise it sounds like foreign.
Here in France it's the same. It's called tapas.
What did I say? Tapas.
Yeah.
No,
that's something completely different, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You got to tap. That's the whole point of going to Mexico, so I hear. Right. Okay. Now, anyway, so Norm, what is the Mexican restaurant you were going to?
It's called La Baja.
Have you ever
My first time going there? Very small restaurant in Ambler, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Did you say you've been there before, or is it your first time?
First time.
Wow. Have you heard good things?
Yes. I've had recommendations. A small restaurant with about 20 tables. So
look at that. Their ears must be burning right now because we're speaking about them. But like, do you have a sense? Do you eat a lot of Mexican food?
We actually went to another Mexican restaurant on Monday or Tuesday. So
okay, so
but we usually don't go that often, no.
So what do you go for when you have Mexican?
I often go for, well, a lot of the ingredients sound the same. They just call them different things.
Oh yeah.
It's rice and beans and a flour tortilla of some kind, and sometimes some meat. But carnitas. There's a lot of different.
Gesundheit. No, yes. Right. A few times I've had like burritos, but there's a place in Oxford, in the UK, called Mission Burrito, and I did a review of the food there a couple of years ago. I don't think I was actually that favourable, but
No.
Dave, are you anti-Mexican food? You're being.
No, I'm not
I
anti-Mexican
can't
food.
believe
It's
this.
just no. It's because near me there isn't really anything Mexican around here. It's mostly like
French
Asian
food.
food. Well, yeah, French food, but
Yeah.
like Asian food, seafood restaurants. There are a couple of like Italian places around here, but it's the same. It is the same Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of the same, like because I'm sort of in a like a touristy area, so all the restaurants are the same. So, like if I went to like when I go to San Malo, there's some really good French restaurants out there. It's like countryside restaurants, but here it's all chains, so it's hard to find anything authentic, you know.
Okay. Right. So what actually counts as like what is French food? Because Norm, what do you imagine French food to be?
It's going to be a smaller serving and more expensive.
So what you're saying is frogs' legs and snails. That's what everyone knows as being French food. But
Those
like,
are-
can we demystify this here, Dave? What is French food?
Well, the things I can kind of say with French food is yes, that frogs' legs and snails, mussels are very popular in Brittany.
Belgium steak frites is also.
Yeah, there's they do like tartar steak. What is that one that my missus has it a lot? Carpaccio. I think that's Italian, but
Yeah.
yeah. Whatever. It's hard as well because I don't like a lot of the French restaurants are mostly like snails, raw seafood as well. Surprisingly,
Wow, I didn't know that.
which is surprising because like the French have this thing of like we are the creators of cuisine. Yet everything they mostly eat is raw.
Really?
That's interesting. I never knew that.
I would not think that, but
No,
You wouldn't, would you?
no.
It's a
What do
shame
you
that we're
think?
on Zoom and not on StreamYard, because then I could like show pictures on the screen. I'll have to remember that for next time. But like,
But they would typically have some fatty sauce, a creamy sauce, with a lot of things they serve. But it'll be smaller portions, so the calories are contained. Not like in US, you have big servings.
but hang on, you say in US, if
Yeah.
I remember correct, you're Canadian, right?
Yeah, but I live in the States. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how long have you lived in the States?
Since 1994.
90. Okay. So for a while. So
Yes.
do you still miss the maple syrup?
Oh, I don't miss it. I have it.
Okay. Okay. So
I
I'll
think
put.
is it by Canadian law that you have to have a jar of maple
Correct,
syrup in your
correct.
house?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'll put the reverse question back to you, Dave. So, Dave, what do you imagine is Canadian food?
Oh, I don't know. Why did that pop in my head? I would say like that, yeah, like pancakes and maple syrup. And
Yeah, it's
stuff.
just
Like,
maple syrup and-
everything has maple syrup in it.
Yeah, and
Everything's pretty
beavers.
sweet.
Like, literally, it's just eating beavers and like mooses.
Again, it could be interpreted a different way, but
Well,
yeah.
like maybe fish in Canada.
fish.
Poutine is something that's well known, but
Wow. What is Canadian food?
French Canadian food tends to be very
It's
high-
fish.
high calorie.
Raw fish. Uncooked fish.
high calorie because they came to develop they were loggers and stuff that were trying to populate North America, and you had to gain a lot of calories to be able to subsist throughout winter.
Yeah.
So the meals are very fatty. It's like a lot of meats. Yeah, meat pies and
Oh.
pig's knuckles and all kinds of stuff. Those are traditional place. But nowadays, Quebec's more known for poutine, which is French fries with barbecue sauce and cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we're getting into the ghee already. Right.
Different.
Well, let's throw the question at you, David. What's English food?
It's obvious
those-
what
yeah.
English food is.
No,
Like-
but just for those that don't know what English food is, like the Americans who look
Yeah.
at us like we're
Other than
weird or
horrible.
something.
So English food is a full English breakfast. So
Booyah.
we're talking like sausage, egg, bacon, hash brown, black pudding, you know, a couple of toast on the side, that kind of thing. And then you'll have like scones or scones, depending how you pronounce them, like afternoon tea, triangular sandwiches, you know, this kind of thing, muffins. And then when you get to dinners, it's going to be that you have like a roast dinner is obviously the main English meal, I suppose. Although it's like, isn't like the national dish. Well, actually, I'm going to come on to a quiz about this soon, so I won't answer it.
Spotted dick?
No, it's not. It's not spotted dick. You know, I haven't had spotted dick since I got the ointment. But, right. But to me, like, the national dish should be like roast chicken, roast beef, just a roast dinner with gravy, which is like brown gravy, Bisto, Bovril, something like this. Yorkshire puddings, you know, pigs in blankets, you know, meat and 2 veg. God damn it. You know what I mean?
But how can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Well, you definitely have pudding, because I haven't even got. We'll get there. So we're going to be having. We will have some spotted dick. We'll have some bread pudding.
Yeah.
And we'll have apple crumble, and you know, treacle tart, and all kinds of goodness.
And
like
what
following that
spotted
front.
dick?
Well, you both spoke.
Oh, sorry. Norm, you go ahead.
I was saying, what is spotted dick before you change the subject?
It's just like a cakey thing with like raisins in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Those are the spots. All right.
Yeah. So okay. So hang on.
Yeah, following that vein, it's like the French are more like the pastries. You know, that you come here with like your pastry goods and your breads. You know, your pain au chocolat, your croissants, and your. No, I quite like the pain au raisin that they've got here.
Yeah.
Baguette. Okay.
Yeah, your baguettes, very good baguettes around here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ugh. Right. So we're gonna do a little quiz here.
Okay.
We have no format to the show. We're just winging it. Right. Okay. But it felt relevant. But if we ever do this again, like, I don't know what the next question will be, because this is the most obvious one. It is about national dishes from different countries around the world. Now, I think I will tell you the name of the country, and then, oh my god, some of these answers. You ask AI to come up with a quiz, it's going to be all arse about face. Right, okay. I'm going to tell you the name of the country, and then you have to tell me what their national dish is. Or should I say the name of the dish? But like a lot of these words, I can see that I'm going to struggle.
Which would be fun.
Okay, I'll mix it up. Like wherever I can pronounce something,
okay.
I'll go for it. Okay, so poutine is the first one on the list.
From Quebec in Canada.
Wow, and that apparently is the national dish. Did you know this?
For Quebec, it's where they're best known for, yeah.
So what was it? Norm, it's chips and cheese and barbecue sauce.
Correct.
Well, it says here, poutine consisting of fries, cheese curds, and gravy. We definitely need to be on StreamYard so we can show these pictures. It's annoying. We'll just wing it. We'll wing it. We're winging it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheese curds are, when you make cheese, you basically put an enzyme that coagulates the protein in the milk, and it starts making curds, and then they press it together to make a cheese wheel. But before you do that, it's the first form you get out of cheese. Yeah.
God damn it! It hasn't
It's very
named the
fresh.
episode properly. Right, I updated the name of the show, and it still says Extreme Improv, so no one's going to even know what this damn thing is. All right. Well, anyway, I'm just going to share it. Right. So we'll get on to number 2 in a second. People think this is different. This is a really weird improv show tonight. Okay. So Extreme Improv, Extreme, send. All right. So nonsense.
If you bite into a fresh cheese curd, it's supposed to squeak.
Live. Right, okay, I've misspelled this because I'm trying to do it in a rush because we're on a show. I ended up writing nonsense and bibbles is love. Right, okay, good. So number 2. What is the name of Japan's national dish?
Oh crap!
Sushi.
Norm gets the point. Yeah, just call it out when you know it, guys. Call it out. These may all be wrong. Right.
2-0.
Okay. Right. So we're gonna go.
How'd you figure that?
We're gonna go on to number 3.
I've been to Japan.
I've been to Japan. Did you have sushi in Japan?
Yeah, it was moving on on the plate, which was
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
terrifying. That
Wait,
you're
did
not
you go to one
serious,
of those
are you?
restaurants where the fish are still alive?
well, actually, yeah. They went to a fancy restaurant where half the fish had been cut, and they put the pieces back on
Yeah.
the other half of the fish that's still alive. So you reach out, yeah.
That's awful.
You reach with your chopsticks, and the poor fish is looking at you.
That is like
And his tail
in.
is-
Have you seen the movie Hannibal, like the
Yeah.
Silence of the Lamb sequel, where they've got
Oh, yeah.
Ray Liotta there, and he cuts off a bit of his brain and feeds it to him.
Uh-huh.
That's just
I feel smarter.
hysterical.
Oh, that disturbed me the heck out of
Mhm.
me when I first
Yeah.
saw it. Yeah, that sounds like that. But hang on, Dave, before we judge too much. I was
Okay.
in France a few years ago,
Okay.
and I went to an Intermarché, which was a supermarket, and they had they had a pet section, or so I thought. It was just like lobsters there, and it's like, oh wow! And then I suddenly realised they're not pets; they were live
long, at
and
least.
kicking, and I was like, if I buy 3, where can I release them? But
Mhm.
I didn't. Right, okay. Oh,
Neither
God.
did I.
Okay, so in which country? I'm not going to say the name of the food or the country. See if you can work it out, because I can't pronounce it. A black bean stew with pork is the national dish. Does anyone know?
Mexico?
It's not the answer we're looking for.
Africa?
Africa? That's not a country.
No, it's a continent, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this is going to go well. Right, okay.
I need to get my geography book out.
Yeah, like we don't know the food or the geography. Right, okay. It's not a country in Africa, I can tell you that. We're
Okay.
narrowing it down.
What was it again?
A black bean stew with pork is the national dish, but I will try. I'll probably have to spell it. Feijoada. It's Feijoada. You can't be googling this, Norm. I see what you're doing.
No, I'm writing it down to see what.
Yeah, Dave. No googling it. No googling it. Do we know which country this is from?
Yeah,
It sounds Arabic, but.
No. Apparently it's Brazil. So
Oh,
if
okay.
anyone knows their
Oh, yeah,
Portuguese,
yeah.
Oh, I was close.
yeah, like I would know. Say, fee. The J could be an H if it's like Spanish. Feijoada, harder. I don't know. Right. Okay. This one I think you're gonna get.
Okay.
So, what spicy rice dish, often including chicken or seafood, is the national dish of Spain?
Paella?
Paella! Boom! David gets on the board of scores. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Okay, we're going to take this up another notch. Anyone got any fun paella stories?
That my wife won't eat it because she'll pick around it because she doesn't like mussels and she's French.
Have chicken then.
That's the thing. It has chicken and seafood. It was chicken and seafood.
Just get a chicken one. You'll be fine.
I can't find a chicken one here. This is France, mate. They have mussels everywhere.
Oh my god! When I was in Spain, I definitely had non-seafood paella. So, but then I also did have a calamari sandwich, which was very famous.
Wait,
And
fried or regular?
fried, like
Okay.
fried, like squid rings. Some of them have got tentacles, look gross
Ooh.
as anything. Do you like that?
You got calamari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like it when they look like little squids, though? Do you like
Yeah.
it when they basically look like that, but in a
Kind
sandwich?
of, yeah.
No, I can't eat it. If they look like onion rings and I just know that they're fish,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I
But if
just
they've got like the
remember, like,
tentacles,
I've eaten octopus as well.
wow. No,
I'm eating chili from octopus.
Wow, no, I've had, well, my girlfriend had like octopus or squid or whatever, and like squid ink and all this kind of stuff, tentacles, and it got suckers on it. It proper looked like something from Futurama, and this was in Malta, and I was like, no freaking way, no way, ain't happening. Right, so
Were you also thinking, if I could buy 3 of them, I could release them?
well, what 3 of the tentacles? It's like they need 8.
3 of the calamari, 3 of the squids.
No,
I've seen a video where they have the octopus around a stick and then they stick it in hot oil and then eat it right away.
I can't remember, it was like a Chinese, just like a little supermarket where it said about that they've got anuses on the tin, like the tin of octopus, and it said about for some reason it mentioned well, anyway, right. So let's go on to it was in the ingredients. I was like, no, thank you. Right. Okay. Okay. Which country claims pho, a noodle soup with beef or chicken?
China.
China, you say?
Oh, Vietnam. I was gonna say Vietnam.
Oh, Dave, you get it. Vietnam is the answer. Oh, this is close.
I so want to go to Vietnam just so I can learn to make pho.
To make pho?
That's what it is.
Yeah,
No, pho. It's called pho.
It's pronounced pho.
Yes, pho.
For that, right? Screw this. Yeah.
Yeah, because like every spice is added at different points, so that the broth can absorb the flavor.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, now, what is the national dish of India? Do we know?
Oh.
Okay, but they say note, this can vary regionally. Some may argue, and they give a second option, so I will accept either.
Is it a chicken curry or?
It's India, right? That's you're just going for the Africa answer again. You're playing.
I'm not going for the African. I'm saying chicken because they can't eat beef.
Well, okay, right. So it probably won't be beef. Look, I don't know what the first word means.
Curry. Biryani.
Biryani is the alternative answer. I will give you a point regardless.
Did you Google that, Norm?
No, I love biryani.
Yeah. Right,
I typically order shrimp biryani
Is
when I go to
this? Right, let's have a look. See, okay, hang on. Meat that contains. Okay. Oh, it doesn't mention about meat at all. It says meal that contains rice and lentils. It's pronounced, or no, it's written, dal.
Oh yeah, dal.
Yeah, go on, help me out here. Chawal. What would we be going for?
Shawl or?
I don't know. But that's that one anyway. Okay.
I apologise to anyone. I'm butchering your language.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if Capelfave was here, he'd be able to tell us about
You can ask my wife.
and this and that. You know.
That's the type of thing my wife would order. Dal. Yeah.
Okay. Everything she orders is dull.
No, it's saying.
Can't believe you said that live on the show.
She likes to order
on the show.
Restaurant.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Ackee and saltfish. Where would that be? The national dish.
Ackee and saltfish.
Ackee and saltfish.
Ooh.
An Asian coastal country for $100, please.
Okay. Any other bids there, Dave?
I was thinking Asian too. I was going to say like the Philippines or something.
Philippines. We're close, guys. It's Jamaica, right? So. Okay.
Really? I think it was the Ackee.
Yeah. Well, I might AC.
But that's not their national dish.
Double E. Right. Okay. Fingers on the buzzers for this. Right. Fingers on the buzzers. The national dish of Italy.
Spaghetti.
No.
No, it's not that.
It's the head of a horse. I've seen it in movies.
I was thinking it's not. It can't be bolognese because they don't.
Bolognese just means with meat.
But there, it's different. It's different in Italy.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Is it pizza? I was going to say pizza.
Do you know what? We've got two answers, and when I've clarified it, it says Italy doesn't have a single official national dish.
Really?
I'll give you both a point because it says commonly around the world as spaghetti bolognese, but I know for a fact that they don't. When I went to Italy, the only place I could get spaghetti was some cheap tourist place because they don't really do it out there.
Yeah,
so
they
I think
don't.
this is a horseshit answer.
About it.
The other one does say pizza, but again, it's
really?
Yeah, it sounds about right, but. Again, this is kind of like the frog's legs and snails kind of answer, where it just feels like that's the stereotype. But still, okay.
Oh.
I thought it's more like a region thing.
Ragu alla bolognese, the national dish of Italy. So it does seem to say more ragu alla bolognese. There we go. Let's move this on, okay?
Let me ask you a question.
Thank
you
God.
two.
Okay.
Put your hand on the buzzer. Where was Hawaiian pizza invented?
Boop. America.
No.
Damn, I thought it was a double bluff.
I don't know. I would say Hawaii, but that's too obvious. Was it Canada?
Yes, some Greek guy in Ontario, Canada.
Yay!
Wow, okay. That's interesting.
That's a trick question.
So, let's skip some of these. Right. Let's see. What is the national dish of South Korea?
Ooh. Pork.
KFC.
No. Apparently, it is kimchi.
Kimchi. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What's in kimchi?
I have no idea. I'm just about to have a look.
It's something green, if I remember. It's a boiled algae or something. I forget.
Oh.
It's a fermented vegetable dish, salted and fermented.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it looks
good for
delicious.
you.
Right. Okay. We'll just do it. We'll do 2 or 3 more. Oh, it gives an answer here for France. Do we know what the national dish of France is?
It's not a rooster because that's their national symbol.
For France.
Yeah. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Oh, hang on. Then it says, whilst not the national dish. What is... AI sucks. It sucks balls, guys. It sucks chef's salty chocolate balls. Okay. Co-pilot. Let's ask co-pilot. Okay.
Would it be
I don't wanna...
Bœuf bourguignon?
No, do you know what? The only one we've come up with is cassoulet.
Cassoulet? That would be in...
Yeah. But it says, whilst not... it's a rich, slow-cooked stew from southern France. But then it instantly says it's not. It's not. All of these answers are garbage. Right. Okay. So much. What is the national dish of Scotland? Surely there's no disputing this one.
Haggis?
No,
Haggis.
it's a fried Mars bar. No, of course it's haggis. Okay.
Yeah.
Deep fried Mars bar.
Scotland fry everything.
Yeah, of course.
But
Okay, well, there you go.
I think it's
that's
specific of a very... it's a region in French.
Yes, it's a regional dish, like with Britannia, Brittany even, and its mussels.
Wow. Okay, so guys, out of all of those that we've mentioned there, how many have you tried? Or like what ones? What's your favourite? Let's go that direction with it.
Well, I mentioned I often order shrimp biryani. That's
Do you? So what is your favourite food, Norm?
Seafood in general.
Seafood. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Like all seafood, or is there one that you just won't touch?
Dolphin.
Dolphin.
No, not dolphin.
Okay. We'll come back to this. What is with like the hypocrisy of why we can eat like cows but we won't eat horses? Well, you might, Dave, because you're in France, right?
I've eaten a horse.
Oh my! Actually.
I will explain.
Oh no! You've both eaten Black Beauty. I can't believe this.
No,
I ate Warhorse.
The horror of Warhorse is coming into my head. Exactly.
I ate Warhorse and then I wanted more horse.
Oh my
You were
God.
supposed to come first. I lost a fortune on that race. So
Yeah. Wow.
It was my first day. It was my first day in France as well.
And you ate horse. You were like, finally.
No, I was like, I didn't know, like, because when I first got here, I didn't know the names of meats when I first got to France, and I just picked it up, and it wasn't until later I translated it.
What does le pony mean?
I was like, oh, le cheval, that must mean like some sort of beef.
What's it
So I
called?
put cheval.
Cheval.
Yeah, cheval is the horse, but I thought it was a type of beef. So when I got home and I translated it, it's like, Dave, you've eaten a fucking horse. Oh.
Wow.
Well, it tasted delicious.
Did it?
It did.
Wow.
Meat is meat, but some of the wilder ones are more gamey, as they say. Like if you eat a bear or something, I've never tried it, but I'm told it tastes wilder.
So, sorry, what was that?
Bear?
You've eaten bear?
I have not, no. But I've heard it's very gamey.
Who eats bears?
Hunters.
Oh my god, no they don't. I've never heard that. That's never in any of like the picture books.
Because you don't have any in your area. But in Canada,
they literally catch the bears and eat them.
They have in the past. They don't anymore. I mean,
I can't believe that.
More common to have deer or moose.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the deal? Like, I can accept that, like, eating deer, that sounds normal. That sounds like that slightly naughty, like, venison. Is it venison I'm thinking of? Is it venison?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's venison. And it feels like, oh, that's kind of posh, expensive meat, but it sounds just about acceptable. It is Bambi, but it's acceptable. But the idea of just eating Black Beauty, it's just...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, people have the same reaction when I...
Same as eating dogs. I mean, I've been in Indonesia. I've not ordered dog, but I'm told that some of the meat we eat in restaurants is probably dog, but you don't know for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it come with a tennis ball? Here is your dish, and here's a tennis ball. Enjoy.
For the record, I don't eat much meat right now. I mostly eat seafood and vegetarian. My wife is vegetarian. So.
Oh dear. Right. Now, I look. I can say that I'm like the hypocrite. I'd be like, you can't hurt an animal, but KFC does taste so good.
Exactly.
So good. I know. Oh, and put some bacon on it as well.
Well, it's like I had like when I was at work one day, they'd put burgers in the restaurant for the first time. They'd never had burgers before, and I thought, you know what, let's all go as a team. We all go as a team. We'll all have a burger. And I had one of those obnoxious vegetarians come over to us while we were eating. She's like, "You know you're eating a dead animal, right?" I went, "Sorry, what?" She said, "Yeah, you know you're eating a dead animal. How dare you? Yeah, that animal has sacrificed its life for you to eat it there. How does it taste now?" And I just looked at her and just said, "It's delicious."
Yeah. It's the weird thing because, like, if you have a dog, like a dog will have to eat meat, and it's just like, so. I don't know. Like, I think the weirdest animal I've ever eaten is shark.
You've eaten a shark?
Not a whole one. Right. Yeah. I went to a Chinese restaurant, and there was like some dumplings, and apparently one of them was with shark.
When you brought it up to your mouth, did you go dun 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 dun?
But like, no, I try not to eat too many weird animals. Like, I remember a shop had kangaroo once, and there was a split second where I was like, "Ooh!" Then I was like, "Skipper," right? Honestly, Skippy. It's like I can't do it. Like I can't.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
roux burgers are popular and are controversial in Australia, but they're all over the place. So, yeah.
Norm, I just get the feeling that the more this goes on, the more you've eaten every animal at some point.
I've never tried it.
Let's
the Dr. Dolittle was, if I could eat all the animals.
Okay, hang on. Look, now I mentioned Hannibal earlier, and Norm went quiet. What does human taste like? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this has gone places.
Well, you don't. When I was in Indonesia, there was a place that sold. There was a little restaurant, and they had the fruit bats hanging outside, tied by their feet, and they sold bat stew.
Oh.
And it was in a black sauce. It was too disgusting. I didn't try it.
Blood.
That doesn't sound appetizing.
No, it didn't.
But that's how
they
COVID
eat stuff
started,
like crickets and tarantulas and such as well.
The fruit bats, by name, I think would eat. I don't know if they're strictly eating fruit, but maybe they eat things. Certainly, the smaller bats eat lots of insects that are very beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't eaten anything that weird.
Yeah.
I'd say the weirdest was octopus, but I've had pigeon as well.
I had wood pigeon in a stew once.
Yeah, I went out to Paris and just shot a pigeon and took it home.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was in a restaurant.
Okay, so like let's bring this back on to rather than where everything just is like disgusting. So Norm, your favorite dish? You like fish? What is? Okay, hang on. So your wife is vegetarian.
Yes.
What's your favorite meat dish? The one that you just haven't been able to have in years.
Oh, that I eat only in restaurants. Yeah. Ribs. I like ribs. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as meat.
Good.
But other than that, I go for lobster and shrimp is my go-to. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would have rescued that lobster from you. Unbelievable. How about you, Dave?
Me? Mine is a chicken pie. I do like chicken pies.
Good choice.
With or without cheese?
Without cheese.
Okay, so when do they have chicken pies in the States? I know it sounds crazy.
Oh, in the States.
Yeah. Do they not have them in France?
Not really, no.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's why when I come to the UK, I'm just there like, with barbecue sauce and just like, this is real food, brown food.
Wait, you put barbecue sauce on a chicken pie?
Just to piss everybody off. Yes.
Okay, so when you say a chicken pie, like where do you get these chicken pies from in the UK?
In the UK, I get the the Fray Bentos ones.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
right.
Fray Bentos, and then I go because we go to Weymouth quite a bit when we go to the UK. There's a pub attached to the hotel, Brewers Fayre, and we always get like the chicken and chorizo pie.
Yeah,
when we
that
go
sounds
there.
good. My
So it's
favorite
got pieces of chicken and the sauce inside.
Well, when I can't attest to that, but when I made it, it was bits of chicken with the chorizo, little bit of cream sauce put inside, and then baked for 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like as plebby as it is. Like there's like the supermarket in the UK, Tesco's, and you'll get a frozen chicken pie with gravy, and honestly, like the chicken in it is okay, the gravy is passable, but like the pastry on the top, I just take like the whole lid off the pie off. And this is what I was going to say, because like I went to a fancy restaurant in London a few years ago, and I ordered a chicken pie, and it got this amazing crust, and then you take it off, and the filling looked fantastic, and then it was a ceramic dish. There was no base of pastry. I was so angry. I was like, this is the best part of the pie, and it's not there. The pastry where all of like the juice of the meat and the gravy has soaked in, and it was missing.
I'll say I like backtrack a bit. It's like saying that France doesn't do pies, but they kind of do, but they don't. So they have two versions of it. They have like like a typical apple pie would have the crust on top as well, like crust underneath and crust on top. They don't do that. Instead, they just cook the apples without a top on it, and then anything else, like it's more of a savoury thing to put the pastry on top.
Huh. So is that almost like a quiche? Because like a quiche is pastry on the bottom.
Kind of, yeah.
Ah.
It's like the different. It's like weird because it's a tart for like the apple pie without the pastry on top, and then a tort for when the pastry's on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the most popular dish in Quebec used to be tourtière, which was made with a bird called tourte, and it was so popular they wiped out that bird from existence.
No, what was the bird?
Tourte, it's a type of bird that they traveled in big groups and they were easy to.
And you ate them all.
That's literally what happened to the dodo, isn't it? Like, when they discovered the island that the dodos lived on, it's like they had no natural predators, and you could just walk up to them and slaughter them.
Yeah, it's a bit like Americans used to have fun shooting buffalo,
Do you not have buffalo anymore?
There are still some they're protected, but, and I've had them in restaurants.
I love the statement of that they're protected, but I've eaten one anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they're grown for meat now.
Yeah.
So
it's tough though, isn't it, bison? It's very tough meat.
Only if you make it exercise. If you let it just hang around like a cow, then it's. I wouldn't.
What do you mean? Just let it stand there, have shit survival instincts. Like you walk up to the gate and it walks over to you. It's like, oh, is it my turn now?
Wow.
And they also have them mate with one another, and they call those beefalo. That's another type of meat you
I
can
never
have.
knew that. I never knew that.
Beefalo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, if I had to pick like my favorite food, like you guys both like picked one, I just don't. It's tricky. I would probably just choose. Well, I'll say the two options. It's either going to be like a roast dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, the Yorkshire puddings, pigs in blankets. You know, I prefer chicken to beef. Always have, right? I prefer like a roast chicken dinner. Like I feel like, but with beef gravy. So like that's got like the stronger flavour of the gravy.
Just to make sure you kill two species instead
Yeah,
of just...
absolutely. Well, and then the pigs in blanket. We have like sausages wrapped in bacon, which is just like you know, two types of doing things with pig.
Yep.
And some goose fat in there just to get the geese involved, right? So it's either that or genuinely for me, I would say pizza. I love pizza. I haven't had pizza in quite some time.
Toppings.
Toppings, probably pepperoni, but I love to have pineapple on pizza. I think if
I love it too.
Yeah, it's great. Dave, are you against it?
I am very against the
Why?
idea.
Have you not tried it?
I have. I didn't like it.
Okay, try it. Like try a few, because sometimes you'll get some where it's like, oh, the pineapple isn't the best. But if you get like good pineapple on it, it's fantastic.
Like one day I will, but that would be sacrilegious for me. I will have to cry the entire time I'm eating it.
Don't.
You know that scene in The Simpsons where Homer eats the lobster that he's made friends with? That will be me with a pineapple piece. Like, oh, I'm so done.
Do you remember in The Boys where like the aqua dude had to eat his girlfriend who was a squid?
Oh,
that was quite a graphic scene. Have you not seen that, Norm?
Yeah, don't.
You don't need to. Right. Okay. Now,
have you had brain?
Brain.
Yeah.
Like lamb
calf
or
brain?
Oh.
Calf brain, for example.
No, have you?
Yeah, it's kind of. It was in a actually at the Hotel Institute where they teach the kids that learn to cook to work in restaurants.
Yeah.
And you can get some good, cheap, fancy meals, and that's one of those.
Was Hannibal Lecter teaching that day?
I beg pardon?
Was Hannibal Lecter teaching that day?
No, it was calf
We're
brain.
going to see what's inside Timmy's
Do you know?
head.
Right. Okay.
It was calf brain, and it kind of melts in your mouth. It's kind of weird texture.
I don't have enough knowledge about almost anything, but every time I've heard about like humans eating, like we'll hear about in ancient times, there'd be like tribes or cultures where it'd be like, I've defeated this warrior, I'm going to eat their brain to get their knowledge, and then it sends them insane. I think there is something about brains, regardless of what animal it is, where you're not supposed to eat it. Because it's not like the flesh, it's like the operating system. And I think if you eat another, if you were Windows and you eat like iOS, it's just not gonna gel. You're not meant to eat another operating system.
I've not had it since, if that helps.
Okay, this is not judgmental. I'm just,
Well,
to be honest, like there's the whole thing. We're just sitting here being like, you ate that, like for like the last 25 minutes, just thinking everyone's weird.
I mean, like, I think maybe, but for a Western concept, I think maybe we'd look at that and go, that's not very good. But like, because I remember watching, and this was years ago now. That David, you might remember, like the Top Gear stuff when they did the journey in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And they were in that restaurant, and they got the whole, I think it was like a whole sheep's head or something.
Yeah.
We look at that and go, oh, no, it's horrible. But they're probably like, no, we're going to eat every part of this lamb. That's what we're going to eat right now.
Yeah, it's all about customs. I mean, like shrimp and lobster, I mean, they look like insects, and they used to be poor people food, and somebody decided to market it as a expensive, fancy food, and now you pay big bucks for it.
Even something like catfish. Like, you see a catfish and you think, oh, that probably tastes really good. But then you find out it eats like algae and mud and all the stuff that's at the bottom of a lake.
Mm-hmm.
And then people go, oh, why would we want to eat that?
You know, there's probably like there's you know how there's like probably like a cure for everything, and there's probably something that like these animals do where they never get ill, and it's because they eat the algae or something like this that we should be eating. There is probably something.
So are you suggesting then that we start a trend by eating algae every stream?
Not every stream, Dave. I didn't go that far, but there is probably something. There's probably some miracle cure, just in the thing where we're like, oh no, we shouldn't eat that. Because like, how come these animals? Because I did go down this rabbit hole once myself. You know, like that poison dart frog, where it's like if you touch it, it will literally kill you within a few seconds or a minute. There are some like squirrels and things that can eat them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, what superpower do they have in them where they can eat the poison tree frog, the dart frog?
Evolution!
Well, yeah. So how come we're so rubbish at eating them?
Because we're monkeys.
Yeah.
We're shaved monkeys in jeans.
Yeah.
I've eaten monkey.
Have you? I bet you have. You have, haven't you?
I was on a trip in the Amazon where we lived.
It was a bonobo, wasn't it? And when you say you ate
No, it was not.
it just
Was
like
Indiana Jones with you?
We
Was
were
Kate Capshaw there as well?
we were living with the Indians that live in there because the Amazon is a protected forest. But because they live there, they're allowed
Wait, you're
to
saying
hunt.
you can order monkey off Amazon? Let's have a look.
No, you went on a hunting trip and they shoot everything they see and like there were some black monkeys that they tied the front legs to the back legs and you carry it on your back and you continue on your hunt and it was tough because they killed like toucans and parrots and stuff like that.
Wow.
Beautiful birds and hey, they'll make a stew out of it, you know.
Wait, okay, Capelthave is in the comments.
Hi, Cap.
So's Dorna. Right, so Dorna says, I am eating my favourite food for lunch, homemade potato and sausage soup, yum. Capelthave says ghee, right? But he's misspelt it. I'm sure he's got an H in there. But then he says Sri Lanka has poison dart frogs. Do you eat them, Cap? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, no, I'll explain it a little bit, give it a little context. So during one of my streams, Cap said to me that he was terrified of frogs. Like he actually hates them. So when he said about the poison dart frogs, yeah, they have them in Sri Lanka. And for about 5 minutes, I was sending him pictures of frogs just to freak him out.
Well, okay, only fire-bellied snake eat dart frogs, not squirrels. Hang on, I looked this up. I asked AI, what animals eat poison dart frogs? Fire-bellied snakes. Okay,
Hence the fire belly.
Fire-belly snake. Hang on, other potential predators. It says birds of prey, hawks or eagles, larger reptiles might occasionally eat poison dart frogs. I'm sure I read some. Well, maybe it wasn't a squirrel. This was a year ago when I asked this, so maybe I made that up. But yeah, I'm sure. It's weird how something can eat them.
Do you like frogs, Dave?
Me?
Frog legs?
I've tried. I tried a fried one at one point.
Fried? Really?
Yeah, like a fried frog.
Oh yeah, that's right. They put a crust on it and fry them. Yeah.
What is the deal? Why eat a frog's leg? There's no meat on it.
It's very small.
There's a small amount of meat on it, but
tastes like chicken doused in garlic.
Yeah, it was kind of like that when I tried alligator. It was the same thing.
Oh, that was delicious.
Okay, I have tried snail at a French market, and that was just like a garlic mushroom.
Yeah, because that's the meat inside, and then they put butter and such on it as well. It's like they take it out, roll it in butter, and then just stick it back in.
I'd never do it again. I just don't need to.
No.
And if you overcook it, it tastes like rubber, or the consistency is like rubber. It always tastes like garlic.
Okay, so what is one food, guys, that you would never eat? Something that's like legitimate though. So don't you can't just
like
say
I said, I refused that bat stew because
bat stew.
It was not appetizing.
Okay.
Well, like if it was shoved right in front of me right now, would I eat it?
Well, no, it's like obviously there's things like you wouldn't eat, but like what is something? I'm not. It doesn't even have to be for like a moral reason. Just what is something that is like an acceptable food that people eat that you just would never eat?
I'd say tarantula.
Oh,
Norm, you can't have done.
is that considered an acceptable food?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
It
some
is.
places,
It is.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking of celery.
So. Also, you're thinking vegetables.
Acceptable foods. You
Well,
know?
spiders come from the ground, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
They're kind of a vegetable.
They grow on trees.
No, I swear, because this is another sort of Top Gear kind of thing. It's the Grand Tour when they were sort of around the Mekong. They stopped off at this like bar on a barge on a water float, and they had stuff like crickets. There was like a whole chicken or like a whole bird and an egg, and then there were tarantulas. They were like grilled tarantulas.
It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. But the future is to eat insects because that's how you'll have enough food.
Yeah, even the army. Some of the army, they train when they do like survival. They're trained to cook like rabbit and such, but they're also taught to eat mealworms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are we even live? where? I can't find the show. Right, hang on 1 second. Oh my god.
Cap and Dawn are there. Surely.
Yeah. They're watching somewhere. Okay, yeah, we are live. Oh yeah, and we do have the right title for the show. That's fine.
Hey!
Right. No, I personally just there's look. We don't need to eat bugs for everyone to be able to eat. Think about this a second.
Okay.
Let the cows eat bugs. They'll breed, and then we eat the cows.
No, you're supposed to eat vegetables because the cows create a lot of gas that'll destroy the ozone.
Fine, then I'll eat the chickens. Let the chickens eat the bugs. I'll eat the chickens. You know, it's just like I couldn't eat bugs.
You never, you even if out of curiosity, you wouldn't eat one.
What, a bug?
Yeah.
I guarantee you've eaten bugs.
If I was in a production of like the Jungle Book or the Lion King, and there was a song about eating like the fire ants or whatever it was, then
there is. It's called Hakuna Matata.
Well, yeah, Hakuna Matata. Right. What's the one in if you look under the rocks and plants and take a look at the exactly. Yeah, so if I was to look, I wouldn't eat the bugs. You eat the bugs. Why do I have to eat the bugs?
You have eaten bug parts.
Because it made you grow a few inches,
yeah,
maybe.
Of course. Well, Norm, you know this because you're like the food technician. And isn't it that all of like, if we want like red M&Ms, that's like ant blood, isn't it?
It's not ant. It's a kind of little beetle that grows on that attacks the cacti. But that red is usually used for a pink color. You know, for like the pink color is used for strawberry flavored stuff. You know, like strawberry pudding. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm
never eating again.
Yeah, because there are artificial colors. There's red, but you can't get that pink without that. That bug.
Like all of the foods, like it was a big thing in the UK a few years ago where they were saying about like Frankenstein foods. Have you seen the movie 28 Days Later?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So yeah, there's the scene in that where obviously it's been 28 days since the zombie outbreak. And so then it's a few days removed even from that. So it's a month after this began. And they go into a supermarket. And all of the fruit section is all just like starting to rot. And then there's just one section of apples. And they're all great. And the guy picks up, he's like, oh, thank God for Frankenstein food. Stuff like this. Because it's been treated so it lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no,
But if you look at the Food Chemical Codex for things that are made with grains like flour, it comes. They harvest it. There's going to be bugs in them, so they're crushed and they're The definition allows for so many bug parts in your flour.
Okay, so I heard this like wild thing about like French fries, McDonald's French fries. Did you hear about this one? So they're a particular type of potato, so that they make these long French fries, and they grow this particular type of potato, and they don't want there to be like bugs and things on it. So when they gather in all the potatoes, they put them in a warehouse, and then they put like whatever pesticide on it to kill the bugs. But then humans cannot enter there for a week.
Oh, that's possible.
Wow.
Whilst you wait for like the pesticide to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And then after then, apparently it is safe to eat.
Yeah, it's like
It's
fumigating
wild
your
though,
house.
isn't it? We had a sitcom in the UK called The Good Life. And it was about like a couple in their 40s or 50s. And they decide that they like going to quit their jobs. And they're just going to like grow vegetables and stuff like this. And they have like a hard time trying to figure out how to live the good life. But at some point, I just feel like I'm just going to be eating carrots and parsnips that I grow myself. But how do you stop the bugs from getting into them?
You should grow mushrooms
Why?
because you get a lot of profit from them. If you got if you had like a shed or something, and you get the special stuff for mushrooms,
Yeah.
you leave it in there, and probably within like 24 hours, you'll have an entire shed full of mushrooms.
Yeah, but how do I know if it's not like a death cap mushroom?
Then don't buy a death cap mushroom.
Well,
That's right.
right. So, what's the deal with truffles? Right? What is it that like 200 years later they still need pigs to find these things? Can't you just like grow a truffle in like a warehouse and know that
They're
that's where the
underground.
Because they're better in the wild and underground.
Why are they better in the wild? If my McDonald's French fries are good to be pesticide to hell, why do I have to have pigs find my mushrooms?
It's dogs too.
Dogs can find truffles.
Dogs can find truffles too.
Wow.
They do that here.
Capelthave says he has eaten shark. Never eat rabbit if you've been starving. Because it's a very lean meat that has not very much fat. And if you're starving, your body will have to use the little fat in your body to digest it. I'm sure, Cap, you've heard this from Bugs Bunny. And this
Hey,
isn't
what's
at
up,
all
Doc?
true.
Yeah,
This is Bugs' excuse from Elmer Fudd.
it is.
Yeah,
It's duck season.
it is. It's Wabbit season. Right, guys, look, we've been talking food for about an hour. Can you believe this? And I
I
think,
can.
like, okay, look, we could do this after the show, but I think we should do it now. Like, what's your thoughts on what the last hour has been? Has this been good? Has this been like a weird experience?
I missed Cap, but other than that, it was fun.
Oh shit!
No, it's good.
You're saying it was not a good show without Capelthave here?
Well, it's just you get another continent involved.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Oh,
Yeah, we've got two British people and a Canadian who an English person living in England, an English person living in France,
with
and
a Welsh
Canadian
duck.
with a Welsh duck, and a Canadian living in America.
Yeah, we've got the four corners covered there.
No, it's been good. I think it's been it's been funny and informative.
Yeah, I think this has been funny and informative as well. We should do this again. It's only taken 2 years for episode 2 to happen.
a long time ago, when you talked about bringing this show, you had something that you were wondering how it was made or something. I forget what there was something you had an existential question about food.
Oh no, Norm, you can't. I was about to wrap the show. Now I've got to try and remember this within the next 1 minute. I got an existential.
But then you have
question
till
about
the
food.
next episode to
Do you
think
remember
about.
what? Can you give any more context? Was this just about chicken burgers?
No, I think it was more like a bread, or I don't remember exactly what it was.
Sourdough.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm taking a stab in the dark here.
yeah.
No, I don't know. Right, guys, let's begin to crazy food conversation. Says Dorna.
Oh,
We're
second, guys.
I think we should literally just wait.
I can hear you.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I can see your duck.
We'll begin to wrap this up. Look, we'll definitely include like a quiz element. I think we should like we'll up the scale. We'll do it on StreamYard so then we can show pictures and things. It'll make it. It'll add to it.
Yeah.
And then we should actually start cooking on the show because I think that would be fun.
I volunteer as tribute.
Just imagine this in the kitchen.
Can
And
I ask you a
Fire.
final quiz question? You know, cherries in nature, they're different colors, different intensities of red.
Mm-hmm.
How do they get the maraschino cherries to look all the same?
okay, I don't know what maraschino cherry is.
Oh, you don't know? The cocktail cherries, the cherries.
Okay,
you put in your
okay.
cocktail?
How do they get them all to be the same?
All the same color, yeah.
Do they preserve them
But
in
some should be
something?
darker.
In the blood of a virgin. I don't know.
Some sort of oil or
Oh,
freezing
it's
it?
bugs. It's insects, isn't it?
No, they bleach them first. They bleach them so there's
Oh.
no more color, no more flavor, and then
Really?
they add the color and the benzaldehyde for the flavor.
Like,
So
okay,
what, do
has
they come out
anyone
that
ever
sort of
considered
clear?
that perhaps this isn't good for us?
Perhaps that's why you have
But
to
they're
drink.
all the same colour.
Yeah, but it comes with a drink, so that's the plus.
Yeah. No, this has been informative, guys. I've learned a lot about the different animals Norm has eaten. Right.
We'll slowly
Okay.
make our way around the world, just sort of like, oh, I've eaten that, I've eaten that.
Yeah.
Capital Thave
Alright.
says, since I have to wake up early for a while, it's gone harder for me to do later. But you're here now.
Yeah.
You've been here the whole show. Right.
Stop playing Injustice with me and get over here.
Yeah. No, it's fine, Cap. It's fine. Or like we'll do. Maybe this is like a lunchtime show. Who knows? I don't know. Actually, for you, Norm, that would be like 8 a.m. or something. Oh
Yeah.
God, I got to get up and talk about food. Food died number 4, says Donna. Right, let's wrap this up. Let's let the people know where you can find yourselves, and give anyone a food recommendation. Okay, so
That's not mine.
Dave, where can the people find you?
You can find me here on Extreme Improv on various shows, and check out my own YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming, where I do Let's Plays and live streams. We're live streaming tomorrow at 11 p.m. UK time for my survival stream, so come along and see me. How many baby dinosaurs are getting killed this time? Who knows? But also come and check out my gaming merch shop as well, with characters and slogans that have appeared on my channel as well. It's 20% off now until the 18th of April. And if I can someone say when.
Now, when?
Yesterday.
I'm going to recommend a classic Caesar salad and a mustard dressing.
That sounds good. It sounds good. Okay, Norm, where can the people find you?
You can find me hiding in this patch of tall grasses.
He's looking for bugs.
Yeah. Again, your
And
food
recommend
recommendation.
Dave tries a wine pizza. It'll be eye-opening.
Yeah. Okay. Now, my name is David Pistansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pistansky, spelled Pustansky. Not food related, but I can confirm after a month since this book came out, finally today, it's now available on Kindle. It's taken me so much red tape to get through, but you can now get it on Kindle editions as well as paperback and hardcover editions as well.
And the book is so good, you'll devour it.
You will. Right, but in terms of my food recommendation for you guys, if you haven't tried it, I would suggest, okay, you want something which is called hog's bollocks. And it's not quite what it sounds like, but it's like a pastry, and it's got sausage meat, and it's got some sage and onion stuffing, and it's got some like applesauce on it. And it's like a little sack of goodness, like with pig. And if you get 2 of them, well, it's the hog's bollocks, guys.
Oh.
Okay,
So next
so
time we'll talk about another one from Quebec, which is called Pet de Sœur, which is nun farts.
Ugh,
Yeah.
can't wait. Right, so guys, audience, this has been Nonsense and Nibbles, the Extreme Improv food show. Let us know if you want more of it. This is about episode 4 or 5, but it's only the second one I think that's ever actually gone online, because this is the first one that's ever actually been live, because it's always been that we've spoken about it. We end up speaking about food after a show. Then I say, oh, I'm going to upload it. And then I forget which episode it was after. And then they're there somewhere. But, yeah. So, with this, until next time, stay safe. Always stay extremed. Keep eating. Hang on. Another show after this. Afraid not. This was the show tonight, Donna. So, but there will be more shows next week. And we're going to have all kinds of other shows as well. More shows. 2025 is all about more shows. We've brought back Jesters Jam. We've brought back Nonsense and Nibbles. Sooner or later, it will be werewolf time. Totally Sketch is coming back as well. But with that, we're going to have the wrong ending to the show, but we are in fact off the air.
And boom, it's over, and we're off the air. Time to chill out, throw your knickers in the air. Remember the good times, cause none of it was real. Remember the memories and how they made you feel. It's over in a flash like a one fever dream. Remember the memories and always stay extreme. Shut your face over, you've not heard enough. It's time to play out what's extreme vision class. Remember the good times, cause none of it was real. Remember the memories and how they made you feel. It's over in a flash like a one-way dream. Remember the memories and always stay extremes.